The next part of David and Saul's story sees Saul become incredibly jealous of David. Israel starts to sing songs about David and how much better he is than Saul. Saul has killed his thousands and David his tens of thousands. Now this song, as you might imagine, drives Saul crazy. The Israelites are his people, he is the king, and he should be praised, not David. And he certainly shouldn't be mocked. And so Saul starts to try to murder David, which leads to David having to escape and to live in exile, to run away for his life. And I imagine this was an incredibly tough time for David. Now, eventually the story goes on. Saul takes 3,000 elite troops to go and search for and to kill David, who is now hiding in the wilderness. And David is given 2 opportunities to kill his pursuer. One, whilst David is hiding in a cave, and Saul goes in, not knowing David is there, to relieve himself. And the other, whilst Saul and his men are camped near where David is hiding. And at night David manages to sneak into the tent where Saul is asleep. But on neither occasion does David kill his attacker, instead spares Saul's life. You see, even though hiding in the wilderness must be a difficult time for David, David is still kind and merciful. Even though he's going through a tough time, he doesn't use that as an excuse to himself be hateful, instead using the opportunity to show grace to Saul. And even when Saul is later killed in battle, David doesn't celebrate that his attacker is dead and that he can now be king. Instead, David mourns for Saul. He feels sad that Saul is dead. And I think that lesson applies to where we are right now, and even in our future. That even though we're going through a tough time, it doesn't give us an excuse to be selfish or careless or hard. David was kind to his attacker. And on the cross, Jesus was even kind to those who were crucifying him. And I think that we should be, in our tough times, following the example of David and of Jesus, to be kind, even when it's tough for us to be kind.